So you're well aware that at Roman Island we have stock corrections at our stores twice a year. So once it is in the Feb first week, and second is in the August first week. So now that we are in the month of Jan, I would like to give you a small brief and a walkthrough of the entire process of stock returns, as there is some confusion with a couple of stores. So I thought, let us give a training video on how to do this return process. So let me just walk you through the entire journey and the policies which would be involved in the stock returns. So this is a demo login which I've logged into to show you the entire return process. So once you get onto your point of sale software, so on the top you see stock returns. So once you click on the stock returns, you would get onto this screen. So once you get onto this screen, you have an option of saying that there are two cases for your returns. One is a damaged stock, or the second can be an unsold inventory. So let's suppose you have unsold inventory which is left out in your store, and then you want to return it back to the warehouse and buy new stocks instead. So what you can do is, let me just put an example across. So let's suppose I have some inventory here, and then I have about 200 pieces of inventory which is unsold. So what I will do is, so before okay, I forgot to tell you this, before you start the return process, go on to the website and see how much inventory is it showing on the dashboard. So here the available inventory, it's a demo login where I have a sample inventory of about 456 inventory which is there. So once you have this, just go on to the inventory process and keep scanning all the products you want to return. So here you have to enter the quantity, and so this is the second product. So let's suppose I plan to return two products, let's suppose. So earlier we have received feedback from the store saying that they want to understand what is the value of goods they are returning to the warehouse, which we have recently updated in the software. Here you have a column called WSP, that's called the wholesale price, the price at which you are buying the goods. So will be mentioned here, and here you see the total WSP. So here you understand, okay, this is the worth of goods you're returning back to the warehouse. Earlier we only had an option to see the MRPs, but here you have an option to see the wholesale prices and the worth of the goods which you're returning. So once you submit this, you can go back to the stock returns and see my stock return reports here. So once you go here, you can just click on print on the left side. You get this beautiful PDF where you have details of your store, the date, the value of it. So the total value is about 839 rupees is what I'm returning, and the total quantity is about 2 pieces. So you have the entire details here. You can take a printout or save this document. You can save the document and you can send it to your respective operations manager for a pre-approval this thing. After an approval, just send back the goods to the warehouse would be a better option. And after the return process, if you just come on to the dashboard and see, so earlier we had 456 pieces, now we have 454 pieces only. So if you do not do an exit process in terms of stock returns, what will happen is, even if the goods are not there at your store, you will still have inventory which is lying in the software. So do not skip this process of return for accountability also, and then it will be a system driven process where the stock is exited from your system, so that the accountability of every inventory is maintained well. I hope this is clear. So here are some of the rules which we'll have to follow to abide by the return policy. The first one is that the returns would be starting from Feb 1 to Feb 7, 2024. So any goods which would reach the warehouse after 7th Feb will not be accepted strictly. So kindly plan your packaging, scanning process way prior. We have 10 more days to do this. So just see to it that you do it on or before time. Returns will not be considered if value exceeds the approved limit. For this, it is better you talk to your respective operations managers to understand your limit and see to it that the returned value is not exceeding the permitted this thing. All the goods returned should be in good condition without any stains or damages. So sometimes in few stores who do not maintain their stores well would be having some dust on the clothes. So these sort of clothes, even if are sent back to the warehouse, would be rejected in terms of accepting them. So it is better you don't send them back. And even if you send them, please see to it that they are sent in a good condition. Products with missing tags and barcodes will not be accepted. And every single piece which you're returning back should be properly packed in a poly cover. So when we dispatch goods to you, we send them in a poly cover. So please preserve them and you can use them back when you return stocks to the warehouse. And the last one is that we do not accept stocks which are recently purchased, as in a month, 2 months, 3 months ago. So the condition is that you can return stocks which are not sold in the last 6 months. So it is too early for you to return stocks which are not sold in a shorter span. So for which we have this clause saying that the stocks have to be at least 6 months old to return it back. So I hope everything is clear. So in case if you have any questions or doubts, you can talk to your respective operations managers. They would help you out. Thank you.